What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are, Tuesday morning, finishing the day up $1,000. $1,000 a day keeps the job away. I'm happy with that. But you know what? I was up $2,000 and then ended up giving back some of those gains. I actually went into the red and then had to dig myself back out. So today, just like yesterday, a really choppy day, but I got some redemption on GEVO, so I'm happy about that. Let's break it all down in today's midday market recap. What's up, everyone? All right, so we're gonna go over the trades from today. Another pretty wild day for me. I started in the green, then went into the red, and then had to dig myself out of the hole, and now I'm up $1,000 on the day. So even though I thought today was gonna be a lot easier because we had this stock ASTC, which is up 225% right now, it really was not easy to trade. I lost $2,800 on it. GEVO up 86%. I made some money on that. COCP, I made some money on that. And CLBS, I lost $60 on it. So despite the fact that we had GEVO and ASTC leading the way with huge gappers, I just wasn't able to do as well today as I did yesterday. So we'll break down the trades. Now, this morning started just like any other day with our gap scanner. All right, so let's go run this historical scan for 9:45. 9:15. So each morning we got to find stocks to trade, and we did it today in less than 10 minutes. So we had on this gap scanner, this is scanning the entire market for stocks that are going to open higher. So we have our pre-market trading session, and during the light pre-market volume, these stocks were already showing that they were going to be opening higher. ASTC was up 228% at 9:15. But unfortunately on this one, you can see the bulk of the move happened pre-market. And by the time the bell rang, it was already extended. I tried to jump in and I just wasn't able to do really well on it. So here's what happened. I'm going to bring this back down to a 10-second chart. 10-second chart. So on this one, we saw that there was a headline right down here. So we were watching the news on it. We saw, obviously, that it had a lot of volume, pre-market, over 3 million shares. And my bias on this was that I wanted to trade it to the long side right out of the gates. I wanted to buy it. All right, so the bell rings, and I'm watching it over 683. However, in my mind, I'm thinking yesterday when I jumped right into GEVO out of the gates, what happened? I lost $3,000. So I didn't want to do that again. So I kind of hesitated for a second. I had my order ready to buy for a break of $7. It dips down, and then next thing you know, it's at 720, 740, and I'm just sitting on my hands. I didn't take the trade. So I missed this great opportunity. I called it out to you guys that, I would most likely be a buyer over 7. And then I just didn't take the trade because I got a little nervous right before the bell, thinking back on my loss on GEVO yesterday. So I missed the trade. It pops up to 740, and it kind of pulls back for a second, and then I end up taking a stab on this. Let's see, we got a high of 767, which was awesome, and then you can see it dropped all the way back down here. So, it curls back up, and as it curls, I ended up getting in right here at 734. So I jump in this at 734. This is my my trading window here. I'll just minimize these ones. All right, so I'm in at 734, 735, and 750. It pops up to a high here. Retest high of day is 778. I'm selling and taking profit. Boom, that's a $2,000 winner. So I was like, awesome, $2,000. That was sweet. All right, it pulls back, it drops down, consolidates, drops down, and as it comes back up right here, I get back in. I got back in for the break over $8, and I got in right here. All right, I got in right there. It had broken 8 once, and I got in. I was getting in for why is this not working? I got in for the second break back over $8. Target was 815, and that was the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. That was right in here. So I'm jumping in here for the break over the highs, and what happens? It pops up, and then it drops down like that. And I held through this drop here. It curls back up right here, and then that happened. And just like that, boom, I lost $4,000. I gave back all of my profit from the first trade plus $2,800. And that was really disappointing. You know, it was I thought a good quality setup. It popped up and, you know, it hit a high of 807 and then boom, it just dropped, and it dropped really hard. So this is what we would call a false breakout. And when I look at my metrics, my accuracy is about 70%. So I'm right 70% of the time, 30% of the time I'm wrong. And this is simply part of the 30% where I'm wrong. I don't think I did anything, I don't think I broke any rules with it. I don't think there was anything any mistake that I made on it. It's just a trade that didn't work out. It's just part of your margin where you lose money, and every trader has that. There's no trader who's right 100% of the time. So it was disappointing, and like that, I went from being up $2,000 on the day to being down $2,000 on the day, or 2,800. So now it was kind of like, all right, what am I going to do? And I saw it just kept going lower and lower and lower, and so for me, this one has been out of play. Now, it did curl back up right here and tap the VWAP, as you can see, this orange dotted line, technical indicator that we use, but I didn't want to go back in there, so I just, for right now, I'm just letting it be. So on ASTC, it's up 200%, but I lost money on it today, and it's just because the majority of the move was pre-market. I tried to get on and ride a little bit of the wave, and it just got on a little too late, and I got hit on, you know, the backside of it. So it is what it is. Now, I took a trade on CLBS. I took 2 trades on this one, and I'm down $60 on it. My first trade was getting in when it hit the high day momentum scanner, as it squeezed up here on this first spike up to 522. Didn't hold that level, and I got stopped out as it came back down. I then got back in right here as it started to curl back up, as it broke over the VWAP. And on that one, I made back some of my losses, but I'm still down $60 on the name. So 2 trades on that one, and I'm red on the name. COCP, this one's kind of interesting. I was at first, when someone called it out in the room, I was like, I don't know about this one. I'm not sure I like it. But, you know, next thing you know, it pops up. I said, if it breaks over 480, that's where I'm typically going to be a buyer. So I called it out. I said 480 is the breakout spot. All right. Well, I actually got in it at, let's see, where's my order? 222. I got in it at $5. I got in at 15 cents higher, almost 20 cents higher than the breakout point. Even though the breakout point was 480, I wanted that extra confirmation. I wanted to see that it was stronger. So you guys, some of you guys probably got in it before me and made more than me on it. But I got in at 5 once it was proving strength. And at that point, it was hitting the high day momentum scanners. So this scanner up here is showing us stocks in real time squeezing up. So you can see, where is it? It's hitting right here. You know, it first hits it. Actually, maybe it first hit it at at 526. It was called out in the room at 480 on this pattern right here. And I was a little hesitant because I was like, well, it doesn't have the scanner alert, but I do see it, and the daily chart is decent, especially if it breaks over 5. So I took a stab at it. Hits 524, 530, and on this one we got up to a high of 550. So a 50-cent move right there, and I was in with 10,000 shares. So just like that, you know, I took my profit on the way and locked up a $2,800 winner, almost a $3,000 winner. So that was good. That covered the ASTC loss, and then the profit today is on GEVO. All right, so GEVO is the one that gave me the actual profit, which was kind of unexpected given, you know, how expensive it is. But I took a couple stabs on this one. So I'll go back on the 1-minute chart here, just because we don't need to look at the 10-second chart on this one. So on this one, we got this first nice little breakout at 18 right here. This was called out in the chat room to watch it over $18. It breaks 18, it hits a high of 1888, but then it drops on this candle wick all the way back down to 17. Drops to 17, and then it curls back up. It curls back up, and I finally got in this area here as it started to really open up and show strength. I got in at $20, and then I was adding at 20.50 and 21, and I was selling on this move right here. So for me, I didn't get really aggressive on it, but took a couple trades, made $1,000, and with that, I turned my day around. I went from being down 2,800 on the day to being up 1,000, and I'm happy with that. But definitely is a bit of a wild day because I start by missing my very first trade on ASTC, which would have been an easy winner from $7 to $7.50. I mean, that would have been a $3,000 winner easily with 7,500 shares. I miss it. I then, excuse me, I take a little trade at 730 to 770 or whatever it is, make $1,700, $2,000, and then I give it all back on this, ugly drop. So just kind of frustrating there that I didn't really execute according to my plan. I hesitated a little bit, and that's one of those things. Sometimes when you hesitate, you miss your window, you miss the opportunity, and then you can try to catch back up, but now you're off your line, you're not focused, and it's the catch-up game, and it's just not happening. So I'm a little disappointed at this one. I'm disappointed in the way I traded it because I had really good ideas and I just didn't really execute on them. But having said that, the majority of the move was pre-market, and I don't trade pre-market. It doesn't mean that you can't trade pre-market. You certainly can. I set the expectation for you guys that you can make a living trading 1 hour a day from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. You don't need to get up at 4 in the morning to watch pre-market charts. I mean, this started trading at 7 a.m., but you don't have to get up super early. You can get up at 9 o'clock, trade for an hour, and then be done for the day. And similarly yesterday, I made some money back on GEVO after the midday recap. I actually finished yesterday up $7,700. So plus the 1,000 today, I'm up $8,800 or $8,700 on the week, which is awesome. But yesterday I ended up trading GEVO between 11 and 12 as it started to move right in this area. But then at noontime I had to go. I had a meeting, so I had to take off and go to this meeting where we were working on the trading sim and the chat room, and that meant I missed an opportunity. So for me, I really trade part time. About a third of. Actually, not even. Probably realistically each day, 2 hours is focused on trading, and the entire rest of my day is focused on the things that we do behind the scenes to keep Warrior Trading running. The chat room, the simulator, the classes, making new videos for the classes, updating the existing content, meeting with a member support team, meeting with a marketing team, flying out somewhere to, go do, film something or to do have a meeting with someone. I mean, for me, that is the bulk of my time. And so, that's a choice that I made. And, for me, it's obviously really rewarding and gratifying to see you guys in the chat room saying, hey, Ross, thanks. I had my first $1,000 day. I had my first month where I made, $5,000. Chet sent us a video last week. I have it here somewhere. I'll play it for you at some point. But where he said, Ross, my last day of work was October 29th. And since then I've been trading full time thanks to you, thanks to this community that we've created. So, those are the rewards for, all the time spent in the afternoons and in the evenings, working to build up this infrastructure for you guys. It's definitely takes a lot of time, and it's sometimes stressful, but I love seeing you guys, on the other side, turning out those profits. And so, when I first started Warrior Trading, I started as a blog, right? I was like, all right, I'll build a blog to start kind of chronicling my journey learning how to trade. And then, from the blog, it turned into building a chat room. And then, from the chat room, it turned into trading classes. And from trading classes, now we've got these live seminars that we have, in all these different places. So it's kind of, this interesting transformation. Warrior Trading is now in the top 500 largest financial websites in the entire world. we've got over 1 million sessions a month of people coming to visit our website. So, that's over the course of 5 years. Just this thing that kind of started as a hobby, and I was doing it a little bit on the side to becoming a bigger and bigger focus, having more and more traders involved in the community, more and more educators that have joined us, and that's where we're at now. So as a result, there are times where I miss opportunities for sure in the afternoon on trades. But my goal is that I've taught you guys how to trade them. I've given you my template. I've given you my framework. I've given you my strategy. And now you guys, you can leave the nest and you can trade it on your own. And you can, of course, continue to be in the community where you share your ideas and other traders, you talk back and forth and all that stuff. I mean, that's fantastic. But you don't need me to say I'm buying to be a buyer, right? On COCP, the entry was at 480. Well, I didn't get in till $5. I called this out before I got in it. You don't need me to say I'm getting in. You could have gotten in at 480 because that was the breakout spot. Same with the stuff on GEVO or this move here on ASTC. You guys are free to trade these on your own because you understand the setups and you've learned the strategy. And that's the goal. That's the entire goal of this community. It's always been about teaching you guys to trade. It's been about education. Because when I was getting started, it was really hard to find any decent, credible education. I mean, and that's when I realized there was just a huge demand for this type of service, that there were so many people, well, just like me, trying to find education, trying to figure out what are moving averages, what's the VWAP, what is a bull flag pattern, what's a flat top breakout, how does level 2 work? And, there was just no credible information out there. I mean, there was a little bit here, a little bit there. You could try to piece it all together, and I wanted to bring that all together and put it in one place. And and we've done that. And it started with something really small and has grown and grown and grown. And in the next couple of days, we're going to be moving our stuff into our new office downtown, which is really cool. I've got these drawings and everything. We're just finishing things up, and it's going to be very cool. So we've got our space, and you guys will be seeing the midday recaps from the new office starting maybe as early as next week. We'll see. I have to decide when I'm going to start working there, but I think others on the team will be starting there next Monday. So yeah, that's all to say. Sometimes there's opportunities in the afternoons, and I'm going to miss them. And I get FOMO. I feel like, dang it, I missed that. But for me, I've kind of, changed my primary focus. My primary focus is, not me just trading my account. I do that in the mornings. I do it so you guys can see real-time examples of all the strategies that we teach. And then the afternoon, I got to focus on other things. And I'm not the only one that's like that. John L10, he's already logged out of the chat room. He made his $2,000 this morning. He actually made more than I did. You see that big 60,000 share seller right there on ASTC? It was at $7. Seeing big sellers like that is not what you like to see. See if it comes back up here. He was sitting at $7, 60,000 shares. So, John, he's got other things he does in the afternoon. He's got a couple other businesses that he runs. He's got his real estate, and see, 56,000. When you see a big seller like that, someone's trying to either unload shares or take a big short position, and I don't usually like to see that type of thing. So anyways, I think it's a good thing to have, an hour or 2 hours a day where you focus on trading, and then you spend the rest of the day doing other things. And I think the biggest reason there is that for me, I have what I would say my mental capacity, my kind of, each morning the emotional fuel tank is full, and after one false breakout it drops, and another false breakout it drops a little more, and another one it drops a little more, and by 11 o'clock my emotional capacity to be a disciplined, calm, cool, collected trader is zapped. And if I keep trading into the afternoon, I start getting impulsive. I mean, even right now it's like 85 degrees in my office. I'm getting hot. I'm probably going to be a little bit more just quick to do things that are a little, more risky. And that's a good time just to step up and say, I'm done for the day. I'm taking my $1,000 and I'm walking away, because $1,000 a day, that's a great income as a trader. The reality is my average is $2,500 a day, and today's a little bit of a slower day. Yesterday was a great day with 7,600 bucks, and I'm up 8,600 on the week. So $8,600 on the week, $1,064.80 today. Green is good. It's the 110th day of 2018 here. My small account that I started with $583 on January 1st is currently at $611,394.79. I'm up $275,000 on the year, and it's June 19th. So $500,000 definitely within reach. 600,000 possibly. We'll see how the market is going through the summer and going into the fall. You know, last year in November I made $80,000. December I made another $80,000, and in January I made $115,000. So $275,000 in 3 months. I mean, that was all trading 1 hour a day, and the rest of the day focusing on doing the things that I do for you guys behind the scenes. So, you know, it can be done. It's just a matter of learning the strategy, learning the framework, and having the discipline to follow the rules every single day. So those of you guys that are still working on your discipline, you're trading in the sim, keep practicing. You know, you get to that point where you can flip and switch with real money. This alert right here that you see on my light speed, this is saying all trading is allowed because I'm not down more than $5,000, 4,990. But if I go down more than 5,000, I will not be able to keep trading. I'm going to get a block on my account. It's going to say, nope, can't keep trading. So that's my max loss, and I'm just keeping it tight. One of the cool things with Lightspeed now, I press my hotkey, and boom, I've got my IRA account. Just like that, I flip to my IRA. No positions because I didn't trade in it today. But I could have this window up, and I could be buying in my main account, flip to my IRA, buy it in my IRA, and I can flip back just like that. So I can toggle between those two accounts using my same hotkeys, and you know, just it's going to make it really easy. So I'm excited about that, but I haven't felt confident trading in my IRA just yet. I've just been waiting. Well, I've traded in it this year, but right now I'm waiting for the market to pick back up a little bit more. So anyways, that's it for me. I'll see you all back here first thing tomorrow morning. Hopefully we see some momentum continue. I mean, you know, I think it's time to buckle up because the market is wild. ASTC, it wouldn't surprise me if this thing does make a move this afternoon, but it's going to do it without me. I'm going to take my money, $1,000, and go enjoy the day. I think I'm going to go, I've got big plans this afternoon. I'm going to go vacuum the pool. All right, vacuum the pool, you know, maybe take a little trip to the garden store, get some bee balm, some echinacea flowers, and go plant them. All right, so that's my afternoon. Got a couple meetings, and then I'm going to go enjoy the day. All right, I'll see you guys later. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.